Please, I can't sleep.
It's time to listen to Courtney at last on the Ramblings of an Insomniac podcast.
Hello, welcome to episode 10 of the Ramblings of an Insomniac. I'm Courtney Perry. Hello. So, this episode I wanted to discuss kids and specifically the fact that I right now am living with, so my oldest son and his girlfriend are living with me temporarily. I'm not going to get into it or anything, but just temporarily. And she has two kids, 4 and 6 years old, boy and a girl. And, you know, my sons are 28 and 24. So it's been some time since I have been around, you know, that age. So it's an adjustment. And plus, as I've discussed like a million times, I'm an only child and sharing space has never really been my forte. It's kind of something I struggle with a lot. I will totally share things. I will share things, but I really struggle with sharing space. That's a thing for me. So I sound like a real asshole because I'm always talking about how I don't like to be around people very often, yet I'm intrigued by them and I want to know what's going on and what makes them tick, but I don't want to be around them. And now I'm sitting here saying I don't want to share space, and I just sound like a real asshole. I promise. I'm not. I'm really not. But I like my space, man. I like to be around my family. I want to be around them very much. I love seeing them. I love hanging out with my friends very, very much. I'm just one of those people that once I've done that, then I'm like, okay, so we're cool now. You go do your thing. I'll go do my thing. Love you, you know, but catch you later. That's kind of how I am. That's more my thing. And I'm also not great at the whole, you know, sensitive, mushy thing. I tend to show, like if someone's upset, someone's sad about something, I suck at knowing like what to say. So people are like, that's okay, just listen. I can listen. That's awesome. But what I'm better at, I'm usually the one that will go out and like make you something to eat or get you something to eat. I probably shouldn't cook. I don't cook well. So I'll get you something to eat so that you don't have to cook. I'll clean your house so you don't have to clean. I'll make appointments or go do errands for you so that you don't have to do those things. That's kind of more my area of expertise. That's where I feel comfortable. That's how I show, you know, how I care, my love. And so I'm just, it's kind of an adjustment living with people. But that said, I love it at the same time. I'm absolutely loving it because 4-year-olds and 6-year-olds say the craziest things that just makes me laugh. I am not going to lie. Sometimes it makes you want to like smack them because you're like, are you kidding me with that? But then at the same time, you're like, I cannot believe that you're so witty or so smart or so logical that you know that you just said that. So they're cracking me up. And, you know, it's like that show, Kids Say the Darndest Things. It is so true. Some of the stuff that they have said, I have just laughed my ass off. But you can't laugh. It's those things where you can't laugh because you don't want them to know that it's funny because, you know, it's also kind of dickish. So then you're like, God dang it. So it's hard. But then when they're not yours, it tends to be funnier because, you know, you always laugh when someone's doing it to someone else's, you know, when someone else's kid is being a jackass, sometimes it's kind of funny because it's not happening to you. And then other times you're like, oh man, that poor mom. Like Louis C.K. does a whole stand-up about that cracks me up. But anyway, so I am learning just that. So mornings, I do have to get up. The days I work, I get up at 5:15, 5:30 in the morning. And the days that I have off, I get up about 7:30. Because I also, as you know, struggle with insomnia, so I don't go to bed till really late. So early is not really my forte. And it's not that I'm cranky. That's not it. It's just more that I don't want to be talked to right away. I kind of need time to, you know, process and wake up, and especially because I haven't slept, so I'm exhausted. So usually my alarm went off and I'm finally asleep. So now I'm like, son of a bitch. So it takes my brain a second. Well, I'm learning that when you have 4 and 6-year-olds, you don't have that second. They're just, once they're up, it's like on button and activated, engaged, turbo boosters, full board. Woo! So you're like, holy shirt balls. It's been a minute since I've had that. So, and again, it's not bad. It's not bad. I'm totally not complaining. I love it. It's cracking me up. It's just takes a second to, adjust and wrap your head around. So I fully intend on having them on the podcast and talk, because they say some very wise things, I have to say. Sometimes we need to actually think like a kid, because they keep it so easy and so basic. Not basic in a bad way, basic like just simple, and they don't complicate things. And so we can learn a lot from a 4 and a 6-year-old. I'm learning a lot from 4 and 6-year-olds, which is good. Again, goes back to what I've been saying this whole time. We can all learn from each other. Does not matter if we agree or not. Doesn't matter if what color we are, what political background we're from. Does not matter if what our age is. All of that we can learn from each other, no matter what. So kids certainly have things that they have to offer, and it's hilarious. So one of the things that cracked me up was Clara, the 4-year-old, had gotten kind of in trouble, so she was asked to sit down. And so she went to go sit down, and she crosses her arms and says, you make me sad, Mama. And her mom said, well, you make me sad too when you don't listen. And she goes, that doesn't make you sad. That's not sad. That's mad. That makes you mad. I'm sad. And it just cracked me up, because she's 4, and to know the logic and to know the difference between, no, that doesn't make you. The phone rang. I hope it didn't totally disrupt everything. But anyways, it's that kind of stuff that just cracks me up. And, again, part of you wants to be like, why do you know these things? And then part of you, wants to laugh. At least me. Maybe it's just me. I won't speak on behalf of everybody out there, but I'm also learning, not learning, I already know this about myself. I've always talked to kids more like adults. I just always have. And so I tend to not, I've never called a blanket a blankie, or a bottle or baba. And when they got older, if they were old enough to ask, I would tell them. At the same time, that said, I do not ever get graphic about stuff. When they were kids, I didn't go into detail about things. I'm not saying I did that. I'm just saying that I tend to just be like, hey, what's going on with you? Why are you freaking out? Slow your roll. And I don't know. I just say things to them that tend to be a little more, blunt, I suppose. And so it's cracking me up, because it tends to, for whatever reason, kids seem to like me, so it can't be too awful. But I'm just learning how to, adjust myself too sometimes, because again, it's been a while, but it's been fun. So I am going to have them on here. I am going to have them talk, because they have a lot to say, and I think it's worth hearing. And I think it'll make your day, because, who doesn't want to listen to a 4 and 6-year-old? They're adorable. They will totally make you smile. And who doesn't want to smile? And who doesn't want to learn a little something and get a different perspective? Again, perspective. So getting a new perspective from a 4 and a 6-year-old, how fantastic. And if you already have like a 4 and a 6-year-old, or that age group, well, then this is from a different 4 and 6-year-old. So you can look at your 4 and 6-year-old, and you can hear these 4 and 6-year-olds and just say, hey, what do they have in common? So it doesn't matter if you already have kids or you're around kids. Again, these are different kids. So I'm around other people my age, around other 47-year-olds, and I've been around other 47-year-old women. But I don't stay away from all 47-year-old women because I am one, and that means they're all like me. No, you still go out and talk. So you can still listen. Anyways, thank you. This is the 10th episode. So I am in double digits now. Woohoo! I'm so proud of myself. I'm so proud. I'm getting a little more comfortable. I'm trying to find my rhythm, and I'm slowly doing that. I feel I am, pardon me, I am trying to get Facebook and Twitter and all that so that I have a way for people to contact me and tell me if I suck or not, or what you feel I should talk about or could talk about, or what you feel any comments that you have. Now, that said, of course, I don't need disrespectful things. Obviously, that's not cool. There's no reason to be. I am not someone that is going to read something that someone says if they have a criticism or a critique and go, F you, and freak out. I am a logical person. I am a capable person of deciphering if someone is just trying to give me constructive criticism or just be downright hurtful. And I am an adult and a mature one. So I like to hear things that I could improve upon, because we all can improve upon them. And I want people to listen. So if I want people to listen, then I need to know, what I can improve upon, like I said. So anyway, thank you for those of you that are listening. And again, and also another thing, I just finished emailing even more radio stations. And so hopefully we will hear back from them. So I am continuing on the journey of raising awareness for the elderly in assisted living facilities and how COVID restrictions really impact their health and well-being. So I'm getting that word out there, but I think we all need to kind of let everybody know that that's going on. But anyway, thank you for listening to another episode of the Ramblings of an Insomniac. Again, I am Courtney Perry, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. It is the holiday week, or Hanukkah, or whatever it is that you celebrate or don't celebrate. There's a week ahead of us, and I hope it is good for everybody. Be safe. Thank you.